Hello, welcome back to Two Tools to Drive. Welcome to a new video and welcome to a hotel room. I'm currently away with work and this was just a good opportunity to do this video. This video would normally be on Instagram, but I don't really get that many people respond on Instagram. I get more people on YouTube, which I appreciate. The support is fantastic. The last couple of weeks I've done quite a few videos following a test drive event I attended where I had the Maserati Gran Turismo, the Ioniq N5 and the Lotus Amira. Obviously, driving the Lotus Amira has basically sparked my interest in that car even more. So, since the Jag has returned from Jaguar Oxford Marshall, it does still require a little bit of work. So they gave it back to me and the brakes had got worse while sitting still. Very strange, but whatever. I needed to cover that cost. They weren't willing to cover that cost. So I've booked it in for Raptor Customs actually in a week. So it will go to Raptor Customs, get new brakes, and it will also get a cosmetic change as well. Once that happens, I'll do the video of my Jag is back, and I've got a drone and a few things planned, so look forward to that video. But the plan in my head at the moment, if I'm being completely transparent, is that the Jag will be sold at some point next year. Then I will replace it with something else. And this is basically where I want your help. As I said, usually I'd put a poll on Instagram. What are your thoughts? Let me know. But no one watches Instagram, everyone watches my YouTube. So I'll put on the screen what I'm looking at, which will be just here. Let me know your thoughts, put in the comments below, I need your help. I'm basically considering three options at the moment. There's one which is a fourth curveball, but I've got a kind of expensive year in front of me for lots of other personal reasons. So I'm not sure how best pleased people will be if I purchase the fourth option, which would be the most expensive. Maybe I'll talk about that in a future video. But the three options that I'm considering at the moment, and we'll kick it off very simply, the Jaguar F-Type. So this is the P575 Jaguar F-Type, so then four-wheel drive. It's got the fixed rear spoiler at the end, it's got Apple CarPlay. Why am I considering this? Well, to be honest, other than a slight glitch with my Jaguar F-Type V6, where it went into the garage for a fair amount of time, it's been fine. And actually, it's fine now. There's no issues with the car. Everything was covered under warranty. So if you've got a good warranty, you're okay. So my thought is, why not go for something a little bit more powerful, the V8 version? Yeah, let me know what you think. The cost of the car, and I found one on Auto Trader, don't buy it, because I'm considering it. This would be so annoying if all I do is tell everyone about the cars I'm considering buying, and then everyone goes buys them instead. But the car is the Jaguar F-Type P575. It's currently on the market for £50,705, so 50 grand, let's just call it that. On a monthly calculator with 10k down at an 8.9%, works out to be just over £550 a month, which personally I don't think is too bad. I bought my Jag with an 8k deposit at £350 a month, but that was with the lower interest rates that were available 4 years ago. Things have gone on since then, so I still don't think that's that bad, and you get a lot of car for it. 37,000 miles, pretty much top spec by the looks of it. So that's my first consideration. My only hesitation with that, I guess, is because it is an F-Type. I still want a fun car because I enjoy doing YouTube and I enjoy driving, so everything works. Yeah, that's basically first choice. Let me know what you think. Second choice, and not the curveball, not the fourth curveball option, is an Audi R8 V10, but the pre-facelift. So like the 2015, like the Iron Man shape basically, but reading reviews, the S-tronic gearbox, because the R-tronic looks a bit clunky. I've done a couple of sort of thoughts about this. There is one issue. I've never been really around the car or sat in it, but I sat in the 2016, 2017 shape, the first facelift version, and I could fit if I wanted to, but it was a bit of a compromise. And I think the previous shape is slightly bigger on the inside, so I think I might find it a bit better. I'm sure at some point I'll try that and then hopefully find out if that's a consideration. Cost on that one is 54,000 or 55,000 basically. But the monthlies on that aren't too bad either. It's around 600 a month with 10k down, so an extra 50 quid over the F-Type. It's different to the F-Type, doesn't have the CarPlay, but four-wheel drive still as a sort of daily. It's pretty good. I would consider, because it's the V10, does that push it into supercar category? maybe, which is cool. So there's that as a consideration as well. And I've got that on the screen for you there. Then the final one, which is probably no surprise, following the test drive, is the Lotus Amira. And this is basically the one that every time I show people who, maybe I'm showing the wrong people because people don't look at cars, they just go, wow, that looks incredible. And the spec of the one I'm looking at, which is on the screen, is obviously the red with the tan interior. It looks beautiful. But I still haven't quite had a proper conversation with an owner. There was a chap who commented on one of my previous videos recently that he sold his 718 GT4 for an Amira and said lots of things that it was better than it, but fundamentally the GT4 is still the better car. But that's fine. The GT4 is more expensive. It's made by Porsche. I would say it has less soul. Don't hate me if you're watching this. People that own or have owned 718 GT4s. I would just say it's the predictable choice is the GT4. Also, it's a little bit more monthlies, even with the residuals of a Porsche. They tend to be around 70 grand, the Porsches, and then you end up paying about 800 a month, and that's not where I want to be. As I mentioned, I've got an expensive year coming up, so I need to be a bit wary of how much I'm spending. But those are my three options. They're my top three options. That's how my brain is functioning at the moment. Every night I'm watching a new video on whether it be an Audi R8 V10, a Lotus Amira, or even a Jaguar F-Type. It's quite nice that I see lots of my videos, but not helpful trying to find ones about the 575. Those are basically my options at the moment, and I just want to hear people's thoughts and whether or not they think any of those make any sense. From a YouTube perspective, would you be interested in watching those videos? Because I don't want to buy something that no one's interested in. I'm more interested in them, so I won't buy something that's just for YouTube. I think if I really wanted something for YouTube, I probably should have bought that M2 that I test drove, that I put on my Instagram a while ago. Took out a G87 for 20 minutes. BMW, Cotswolds were fantastic. Probably the best dealership I've ever dealt with, other than when I first inquired about my F-Type, to be honest. Turned up, told him I wasn't that fussed about the car, to be honest. It's just a car that I've always considered. It's a car I can afford. A lot of people talk highly of them, so I was like, yeah, I'll take it for a spin. And yeah, he was like, you'll love it. And I took it out, and basically my plan was I have a daily and my F-Type at the moment, and I can actually think with an M2 I could go just to one car because I'm not going to be commuting as much as I have done in the past, so I was like, M2 will probably fit the bill. The way I've explained it to people that have asked this question is the M2 is more similar to my VW Golf TDI 1.6 diesel than it is my F-Type. Now, I don't mean that in an offensive way. If you've got an M2, I'm not saying that it's a Golf. I'm just saying it's not special enough. When I bought my Golf, I was just like, I don't care. I just need to get to and from work. And the M2 was so comfortable and so, I don't know, so good. It was too good that it just lacked a bit of like energy or you getting into it. When you get into the F-Type, you're getting into a two-seater sports car, and that's awesome. You get into an M2, I just felt like I was getting into my Golf. I needed it to be more raw. A lot of people said the competition was probably more raw, or even the OG M2, you'd probably feel more special in. But yeah, I didn't feel like it in the G87. The tech was cool, and for the test drive that I drove, it is quick, like wow. But yeah, it wasn't for me basically, so it's not the car for me, although YouTube would probably love it and it would probably do really well for the channel, but that's not why I do YouTube or anything like that. Basically, those are my three choices. Let me know in the comments, as always, if you've made it this far, 1, 2, 3 if you did. Put it in the comments below, 1, 2, 3 if you made it this far. But also, what would you choose? And let me know. That's it. The next video is all about the F-Type, so don't panic, it is coming back to the channel. And yeah, once again, thanks for all the support, I really do appreciate it. I will catch up with everyone in the next video. Bye!